This is Taste of Home, where we celebrate favorite family recipes that have provided nourishment, contentment, and memories through the years. One of our favorite recipes is the Burgundy-style French stew from the Sunset French Cookbook. I grew up in Juneau, Alaska in the mid-20th century. One of the pleasures of my high school years, in the early 1970s, was taking 4 years of French with my dear friend Peggy. We all chose class names and used them as code names for each other. Peggy was Colette and I was Sibel. Colette and I had great fun communicating in our secret language. Our teacher was Madame Nayudu. She was from Burma, now called Myanmar, and married to Monsieur Nayudu. Madame Nayudu was a lovely, cultured woman who encouraged us to speak only French in class. Looking back, I'm sorry I didn't learn more about how Monsieur and Madame Nayudu came to Juneau and what it was like to be the only Indian-Burmese couple in all of Alaska. We often had interesting people come through Alaska on their personal quests, so it seemed normal to me, but now I wish I'd learned more. When my husband and I married in 1979, Madame Nayudu sent us the Sunset French Cookbook as a wedding gift. It was perfect. Her note to us reads, I think, "For Sibel and Richard, I know well that you are going to prepare good meals for you two. Remember me. All the best, E.N. Ethel Nayudu, April 30th, 1979. I went to work trying out its recipes as I learned to cook. One of our favorites is the Burgundy-style beef stew recipe on page 52. The stew is hearty and flavorful and can be served over noodles, mashed potatoes, or rice, or just on its own with a slice of good bread. As with most stews, the flavor improves with age. You can increase or decrease the ingredients depending on what you have on hand. It also freezes well, so it's a good idea to make a double batch, enough for a couple of meals and freeze the rest. The basic ingredients. Let's start cooking. Heat a tablespoon of oil and brown the meat, typically in 2 batches. Place the first batch in a Dutch oven. For the second batch, push the browned meat to one side of the pan. Caramelize the sugar and stir in the red wine vinegar. Then coat the meat with the glaze. Add the second batch to the Dutch oven and stir all together to spread the glaze to the first batch. This glaze gives a wonderful flavor to the meat. Deglaze the pan with meat broth and wine. Stir to loosen and capture every crispy brown morsel of flavor. Add salt and pepper and bring to a boil. Add the mixture to the Dutch oven. Next, add a tablespoon of oil to the pan and saute the onion rings until they are limp and translucent. I like them slightly browned for the extra flavor. Add the onions to the stew. Cover the Dutch oven and bake the stew in a preheated 375-degree oven for 2 hours. While the stew is baking, you can saute mushrooms in 2 tablespoons of butter. Note that the original recipe called for 6 boiled pearl onions. They are delicious, but I dropped that step years ago. Add the mushrooms to the stew for the last 10 minutes of cooking. Serve the stew in a bowl over your favorite noodles, mashed potatoes, or rice, or just on its own with a good slice of French or whole wheat bread. Here the stew is served with mixed vegetables and fruit. French stew provides a hearty fall, winter, or spring meal and a taste of home. While enjoying the savory stew, I think of Madame Nayudu and how she enriched my life.